Cursed home. A popular Russian YouTuber / ghost hunter gets a plea from a local woman who claims the abandoned house right next door to hers is haunted. Her family cannot sleep or eat, as the paranormal activity within the abandoned home next door has greatly affected their physical and emotional health. As he sits down with her, she explains that when they first moved in, their next door neighbor, a mean, senile old man, had issues with their moving in. He very much liked his privacy and had come to get used to having no neighbors over the years. And now, after having no neighbors for such a long time, he took issue with them encroaching on his space. He eventually passes away, but the day before he dies, he visits their home, screaming about putting a curse on their family. That is when the hauntings next door begin to take place, leading her to believe that the curse worked. The Russian man agrees to explore the paranormal activity in the old man's now abandoned house, hoping to help them rid their home of the evil spirits that inhabit it. During his investigation, he doesn't find much except for a few odd noises. But when combing through the uploaded video, his fans begin to point out a figure that even the man didn't see initially. As he is moving down a hallway, the camera manages to capture something lurking behind him, a very dark and shadowy figure with rather distinctive facial features. Many people believe they can see the ghost of a young girl dressed in a school uniform. This one is bone-chilling, there's no question. The idea of being watched while you are completely oblivious to it is one of the most rattling experiences one could possibly have. Creepy crawler. Are you scared yet? Just wait for this next one. While on a late-night exploration of one of Canada's most haunted abandoned hospitals, an urban explorer duo captures some of the craziest paranormal evidence ever. Something you would normally see out of a horror movie, not real life. But this French-speaking couple defies the odds and brings some pretty convincing evidence regardless. The two share a deep love of urban exploring and enjoy going to check out abandoned places together. So much so that they have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to their passion. One day, they receive word about an abandoned hospital not too far away and make plans to check it out immediately. This hospital is long abandoned, barely recognizable as a hospital to the naked eye. Only the bones of the building are left, and graffiti and litter line the place entirely. In the middle of exploring, the couple manages to hear a lot of strange noises, which they mostly chalk up to being animal sounds, nothing more. The channel they run is not a ghost channel, just an abandoned exploration one, so they aren't expecting to find much. Sometime later though, they hear a glass bottle rolling around, and they grab their flashlight, expecting to see what kind of animal they are about to encounter. When pointing the camera to one of the doorways, you can very clearly see a small, unidentifiable white figure peek at the couple and disappear quickly. The two immediately notice it, and when they go to check it out, there's nothing there at all. According to the comments, the translation of what the couple says is something like, "Wait, what was that? Where is it? It's gone this way." Then one of them begins to think the other is playing a prank, saying, "Hey, this isn't funny. What is that?" The video ends rather abruptly, and unfortunately, that's all the available information at this point, as the couple's YouTube channel can no longer be found. So, what do you think it was? An animal? A trick of the light? Or something more sinister? Asylum story. At the abandoned Heartwood Asylum in Scotland, a group of urban explorers are out during the day, making their rounds at one of the UK's most infamous asylums. There is no shortage of experiences, accounts, and gossip about Heartwood, with many people having hundreds, if not thousands of experiences there before. This team, however, managed to capture what most don't, very intriguing evidence of a paranormal entity. Now for some background. Hartwell is defunct and extremely well guarded by the Scottish government. While they allow some to navigate around the property during the day, the entirety of this massive building is locked up very tight and entirely off limits during the night. But that's not all. Most, if not every floor in the building has collapsed over the years, which makes this footage all the more terrifying. The following footage shows someone, a strange, identifiable figure on the very top floor, peeking outside one of the windows. Some say it's just an owl, which could be true, though unlikely, as they are completely nocturnal in this area. Others say it's a homeless person, but there's no way for anyone to get in, and even if they did, there are no floors to stand upon. What do you think? It moves like a person, but how could that be? Maybe it's better if we don't know. Relentless door. This next one's mind-boggling. Captured during a police operation in Brazil, what they managed to catch is something you'll be thinking about for days to come. That's not a lot of context for this video, as it was posted on Twitter from a Brazilian cop with no explanation of any kind. But what they capture is simple enough: a phantom door in a long-abandoned hospital that is opening and closing loudly with great force. This is not something as simple as, oh, it's just the wind, as the door moves with a real forceful motion, not something achieved by wind power alone. Some people argue it's being pulled by a nylon thread, but many people argue that it's not the case, because first, too many people are walking around the door, and the way it slams open and closes like that is too irregular to be faked, and you could definitely notice a string or thread if that was the case. The video has been carefully studied, frame by frame, and no string or thread could be found. So what do you think? Is this some elaborate hoax with Hollywood-style editing, or a true encounter with a ghostly door? You be the judge. Abandoned tombs. There's something a little too disturbing about this next video. While on an afternoon walk in an abandoned Mexican mausoleum, an urban explorer is making his way through the various crypts. While walking through the long hallway, the man sees what looks like a small child at the very far end, hunched over with his back facing the man. The man sees the child pretty immediately, calling to him, asking who he is and what he's doing here. As he approaches, the child stands up, and his limbs, particularly his legs, are elongated and unnatural. The way the child moves too is definitely eerie, as he has seemingly bizarre and inhuman movements. The boy turns his head around slowly to look at the man, when he decides enough is enough and runs in the opposite direction. He eventually makes his way back, but the child is no longer there, and then the man quickly realizes it's a dead-end hallway with nowhere to go but the way he came. On his way back, another figure within the tomb can be seen, roughly the same size and shape as the young boy, now watching him from the inside. Is this really a ghost boy, unable to move unto the afterlife, or just another wannabe ghost hunter? Japanese village. A popular Japanese YouTuber is exploring an abandoned Japanese village completely lost to time, and manages to capture a shadow figure lurking behind him as he is filming his video introduction, completely unaware of what he's just captured. He first begins inside the home, hearing various footsteps and strange whispering, and he is eventually convinced that he's encountered a squatter. For most people, finding another person in an abandoned place is creepier than finding a ghost, more often than not. He then begins to see shadows moving across the window, and then goes to confront the squatter, hoping to let them know that he means them no harm and is just exploring. But when he goes outside of the window to confirm, there's no one there. Later, he is standing outside, filming his video introduction, and a strange anomaly can be seen manifesting behind him, looking like a shadow person, a full-bodied apparition creeping slowly behind him. He only catches this later in post, but it can clearly be seen in the doorway, making his way slowly to the man, almost breathing down his neck. What's worse, seeing a ghost and knowing it's there, or being watched by a ghost, none the wiser to its presence. Russian terror. You probably won't be able to forget this next one anytime soon, as it is perhaps one of the strangest and hair-raising clips out there right now. A Russian man believes someone or something is haunting an abandoned shed close to his home. He has been hearing strange noises, accompanied by glowing eyes in the woods for a while now, and being fed up with these bizarre occurrences. He finally decides to get up and do something about it, bringing along a camera in hopes to catch this person in the act. As he approaches the shed, he begins to hear rustling around, but when he reaches the door, it stops. Another noise is made, and the man calls out to the creature, and in doing so, the creature makes a strange yipping noise, not totally human. Then, out of nowhere, it throws a pot with great force across the room. He yells for the creature, and in return, it makes the same screeching yipping noise, as if he's upset it somehow. The creature then begins to throw a tantrum, throwing around pieces of wood and other items with great force until a wooden beam from the shed falls out from underneath, then throwing yet another pot. The man demands that the thing leave immediately. He never captures a person on camera until he approaches the side window of the shed, but a wooden beam from earlier is being messed with on the other side. He looks into the window and no one is there until he sees a mangled figure pass by with glowing eyes and a strange, inhumane demeanor. If it is a human, it is on all fours and very small in size. It then disappears completely and the video comes to an abrupt end. What do you make of this? Is this a human, a creature, or something else entirely? Would you confront it like this man did, or would you have minded your own business?